Alrighty, what's up everyone, my name is Reacts and welcome back. As you guys tell by the thumbnail, today we are going to be reacting to the Smile cutouts. Now, I know that I'm very late to this. I think I'm about like, what, 2-3 months late? Hold on, let me look. I'm about a month late on this album. I know, I'm sorry. I've been busy with the Green Day Marathon. I haven't had much time to actually react to this. But we're here, we're finally reacting to it. Honestly, I'm very surprised that they released 2 albums this year, because earlier this year, I think back in like, back in like January, I think it was like one of the first albums I released this year. They released Wall of Eyes and I absolutely really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was as good as any of like the Radiohead albums, but still, for like a spin-off of Radiohead, I thought it was a very good album and I thought it had a lot of potential. Oddly enough, not an album that I returned to a lot though. I think I only ever returned to it once, so I have to return to that and see if it's grown on me or not. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what this album's all about. It's only 10 tracks, so yeah, other than that, I don't want to drag this intro on too long. So if you're new to the channel, USC, please consider subscribing. It's video help our channel a lot. We're actually road 10,000 subscribers and we're very close. We're only like, what, 700 away, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, other than that, enough talking. Let's get right into this video. Alright, so first track is track number, by the way, I hope that you guys can't hear when I do this. I hope so. I don't know, you might actually hear it. Sorry about that. But yeah, first track is track number 1, Foreign Spies. Nice synth. Woo! Okay. Got Tom York. Can't really hear his voice. Instrumentally very pretty. There's no lyrics for some reason. It kind of gives me a little bit of like a moon-shaped pool vibe. I don't remember if the last album did. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. I really like it. Ooh, it's got a nice like space feel to it. I really like that. I will say something about this track I'm not a big fan of is that it kind of feels like it drags a little bit. I don't know why, but it just has that, like, it just feel like it's starting to kind of overwhelm its day. Maybe it's just because there's not too much happening and that's kind of why it's causing that effect, but it's not bad. I actually, you know, I can see myself like listening to this and enjoying it, you know? Yeah, I didn't mind that, but yeah, that was track number 1, Foreign Spies. I'm gonna give that a W, or not. Hold on, there you go. Yeah, I didn't mind that. I think that, again, it kind of has the sensation of like a little bit of like it's dragging out, but I think that's just because it's such like a simplistic song, instrumentally and sonically, and there's not too much that happens throughout it. It kind of stays the same, you know, vibe throughout the whole thing, and it kind of causes that effect of kind of overwhelming its stay. But other than that, it kind of sets the mood of the album pretty well, I will admit that, and yeah, I don't mind it. I enjoy that. But other than that, enough talking. Next track is track number 2, Instant Psalms. I hate having to hold this. Makes me feel like I'm back in like 2022. This one's a lot more quiet. I'm gonna have to turn this one up a little bit. It's tame. It's nice, but it's a bit tame. It reminds me of like something off like Moon Music for some reason. Like, it just, maybe it's like the more like atmosphericness to it, like having that kind of like spacey feel. Yeah, and then you got that like orchestra, and the way he sings is kind of very similar to like Chris Martin. Alright. Yeah, and then having these like, oh, never mind. I thought I was gonna have like a long outro. Actually, no, I think it does have a long outro. It has a 41-second outro. Very similar to how Moon Music did it. Again, another track that wasn't bad. Again, very similar to the last track. It did have its moments where it kind of felt like it was starting to overwhelm its day, but I do feel like that it could just be because it's a very simplistic song, and possibly it's just a song that has to grow on me. But yeah, I think I do like it a little bit better than the last song, so I'm gonna give it a higher W. It's still like, I wouldn't really say it's like close to a little closer to a diamond. Almost a diamond. I think if I listen to it a few more times, I'll probably change that to a diamond. But yeah, that was not bad. I actually kind of enjoyed that one. But other than that, the next one is Zero Sum. Whoa, that's groovy. That's giving me some oh, what's their name? Is it Black Midi? I think that's how you say it. It kind of reminds me of that, or like that album that singer from Black Midi released. All right. Yeah, this is kind of fun. This is groovy. It does remind me a lot of Black Midi. I don't know why, especially instrumentally. Oh, is that it? Wow, that was very short. But yeah, that was Zero Sun. I definitely like it better than the last two. Again, I don't think I would give it a diamond. I would probably give it a W. But I think it's just solely because I'm not into that type of music, and I don't like Black Midi or the lead singer of Black Midi and his album. I can't get into their style, and it is very similar to their style, but I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate the technical aspect of it, which is why I'm giving it W. Even though it's not my style, it's definitely not a song I would ever return to. I can appreciate the technical aspect of it, which is why I'm giving it W. But for real, it's an okay song. I don't mind it. It's very short and to the point, which I do appreciate. It's kind of like a whatever song, you know. But other than that, next track is Colors Fly. Very long intro. Alright. I actually don't mind this. Whoa. This one's very random. Okay. That was a long one. Not bad, but I don't know. I feel like this one's not really like sticking with me like a lot of the like the last album did. I feel like the last album by now, like the songs really started like picking up, and not like picking up as even in like tempo or like energy and stuff, like just kind of hitting me more and kind of hitting the marks better. I feel like this one's kind of a little all over the place so far. I don't think it's a bad song. I'll give it a light W. I don't think it's a song that I'd return to though, which is kind of shocking because this is Tom York, so I'm very surprised that this isn't hitting as hard as I was expecting. But yeah, onto Eyes and Mouth. All right. You could tell this is definitely a lot more just a vibe of an album. It's not really meant to be anything too insane, from at least what I'm seeing so far, because like we're halfway done this album, and so far there just hasn't been anything like really insane, which is probably why a lot of people haven't been really, you know, not like begging me to listen to this album, because I will say the last one, it was the Walls of Eyes, that one, a lot of people were telling me to react to that one. Like, I'm not even joking, I could probably count on this hand alone how many people told me to react to this album, while the last album I had hundreds of people telling me to react to. So I don't know. But yeah, so far it's just not really doing too many interesting things, but it's not bad. I think that it's still like a pretty vibey track. I like the guitar riff a lot in the background. Alright. Yeah, that was alright. I liked it. I'd give that like a light W. I don't know. I feel like that one also kind of had that issue where it dragged on a bit, but not as much as the last tracks. How long was that? That was only 4 minutes. Maybe that's why it didn't feel like it dragged on much as the last tracks. Yeah, I still appreciated it. I liked the instrumentals a lot in that one, a lot better than some of the other ones. I feel like it did a little bit more than some of the other tracks, but I think that maybe it's like vocals that are just not hitting me as much, because I feel like he's just not really doing too much vocally and like lyrically. I don't know, but hopefully this next half is better. But on to the next one, Don't Get Me Started. Ooh. Okay. I like the vocals on this a lot. Alright. Ooh, I like that bass a lot. Hold up. I like this. Man, for This is a 5 over 5 minute track, almost 6 minute track. It does not drag. This one actually, whoa, this might be the most interesting track so far out of this whole album. All right. That was the most interesting song so far on this album, like by far, and that was the longest song. That was a 6 minute song, and it has been by far the most interesting song. And I feel like out of all the songs so far, this has had the most substance out of all of them. I'm gonna be fair with you, that is 100% Diamond. I absolutely love that one. I think instrumentally it's great. I think lyrically great, vocally great. Everything about that was just amazing. I know I didn't really talk too much throughout that, but still, I love that one. Again, like that is just by far the most interesting song to me. It feels like a little bit Radiohead-esque, like just like a tiny bit, but like in the best way possible. But yeah, on to the next one, Tiptoe. I'm really excited already. Starting off strong with the second half. Okay. Alright. This was pretty good. I'll be fair with you, it does not feel like anything's happening in this track. Oh, that was it? Nothing happened. I'm gonna be fair, like, that was a snooze fest. I won't lie. That was a major snooze fest. Like, really nothing happened throughout that entire track. Like, normally when they have these like tracks that are more like instrumentals than lyrics, normally they do a very good job at it. This I can't really get behind. Like, it's just really nothing happens throughout the entire track, and it kind of leaves me in a state of kind of just sitting here like this, kind of just wondering what the hell's happening right now, and if whether or not anything's gonna change. But yeah, on to the next one, which is the slip. Whoa. All right. Oh, that's a nasty beat. Okay. Yo, it's kind of a vibe. Okay. The guitar's a bit random. That's not bad. I will say, I think the guitar feels a bit out of place. That wasn't bad. I didn't mind that one. Instrumentally, that was pretty solid. I just didn't really like the guitar. I feel like it just didn't match the vibe, and it felt very out of place. But outside of that, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a complete vibe. Definitely a big step up from the last track. But yeah, on to the next one, which is No Words. Ooh, I like the start already. This one's vibey. Nothing crazy, but vibey. Alright. Again, this one, like, very similar to the last one. Like, it's actually pretty interesting. It feels like a lot of these tracks are, like, very throwaway. Like, it feels like a lot of throwaway tracks on this album so far. Pretty solid. I didn't mind that one. Yeah, no, give that a W. I didn't mind that, honestly. I think instrumentally, it was pretty solid. Vocally, it was okay. Lyrically, pretty solid too. It does feel a little bit like a throwaway track. Like, maybe it was supposed to be on the last album, but it just didn't make the cut. Honestly, that feels like a lot of these tracks so far. But yeah, I didn't mind it. But other than that, enough talking. Final track, Bodies Laughing. A little vibey. It's pretty solid. This is a pretty cool one. There's not much to talk about in this album. I will say, like, there's just a lot of silence for me, and I do apologize for that. That sounds cool. That was good. I didn't mind that. I give that like a W. You know, I'd give it a W. There you go. I think it was an okay way to end off the album. It was, you know, it was vibey. It was an interesting song. Definitely not the most interesting song on the album, but it was a pretty solid way to end it off and a pretty solid send off the album. But yeah, that was the Smile Cutouts. I will say I am kind of disappointed with this album. I won't lie. I don't think this was a very good successor to Walls of Eyes. I'm actually kind of shocked because, like, Walls of Ice, I'm not gonna say Walls of Ice is an amazing album, you know, but it's a great album, you know. It has a lot of cool concepts, a lot, you know, interesting moments in it. If I remember correctly, there were a lot of moments in Walls of Ice where there was definitely some boring parts to it, and that there was a lot of moments where it felt lackluster and dragging. And sadly, I feel like with this album, they kind of doubled down on that and have it a lot more. I don't really think there's many interesting songs on this album, and while I don't really think there's a bad song on this album, I will say I think that it's definitely not an album that I would ever return to. I think that it definitely feels a bit rushed, and it feels like they didn't really put too much effort into it, and that it does feel like a throwaway album. Like they just had a bunch of songs laying around from the last album, like outtakes, and they just decide, hey, you know what, let's just throw them all in an album and call it a day. But yeah, if I had to give this album a rating, I'd probably give it like a 6.7 out of 10. Again, it's not like a bad album whatsoever. I enjoyed a lot of moments of it I enjoyed, but there was also a lot of moments where I kind of just sat here to the point where like I just started browsing because of how just kind of samey a lot of the songs sounded, and a lot of just there was just a lot of moments where it just wasn't changing, and it was starting to lose my interest. And now I'll definitely listen to this album again, maybe even after this video, just to see if anything's changed. Maybe just listening it to on my own without the microphone or anything, maybe it'll be different, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this album. Let me know if you guys like this better than the last album, or if you like the last album better than this one. But yeah, other than that, let me know what else I should react to from The Smile. Let me know if I should react to their first album. Let me know what I should react to in general. Subscribe to the channel, turn on post notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload. Make sure you guys go check out my social media links, will be in the description, and make sure you guys go check out my AU2Y, where I'm going to be leaving my full in-depth review on this album. But other than that, I do hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, wherever you are. I'll see you all next time. Peace.
I make it look effortless. I make it look effortless. Tell you what, I don't need to preface it. I'm filling my cup, but it's still half empty. I feel like a pessimist. She thinks she in love, but she only half met me. She don't get